should they be the ones collecting checks and signing receipts and all of that? It's really unethical in my view.
If what happened is based upon the arrangement the ministry and the Millennium Excellence Foundation had or have in respect of the sponsorship, would you say it is unethical?
Yes, please. I'll still say it's unethical because, yes, they have the arrangement, but the expatriate businesses are still expected to walk to room 308 and all of that. All of these circumstances that we all know, these businesses, if they don't appear in the good books of the government, what will happen and all of that. So you see, it's for the avoidance of these things that there are always procedures, standards, best practice, guidelines to just avoid all of these, things that could open government up to all kinds of vulnerabilities. That is why I say that it was not well thought through, to say the least. That is, if there were no other intentions.
Do you know the number of expatriate businesses that were invited and the number that actually turned up for the event?
I have here an advertorial before the event, and I have about 60 expatriate businesses in Ghana here. I can tender that, which gives you an idea. On the first page, you have Ghana Expatriate Business Awards. Theme: Foreign Direct Investment and Trade, Promoting Prosperity and Enhancing Stability in Ghana. Special guest, His Excellency Nana Akofu Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana. And then it comes with selected businesses. It's not clear to me if these are the expatriate businesses that paid or they were just advertising those they had invited. So I can submit this as well.
Oh, you answer the question, and if you want to buttress your answer with a documentary evidence, you do it. My question was, do you know the number of expatriate businesses that were invited and the number of the businesses that turned up? If you know, fine. If you don't know, we move on.
I do not have those exact numbers.
Thank you. You started your presentation by saying that even the international media, and you spoke about the BBC and others, have reported on the matter. Does it mean that if the international media or national or local media report on a matter, then it's given, it's true?
No, Mr. Chairman, I never sought to suggest that. I was only speaking to the public importance requirement of the mandate as Article 103 of our Constitution requires. And I remember I even quoted page 904 of Esquime Parliamentary Practice, the 24th edition, under investigative committees. It reads, investigative committees examine issues of public importance within their orders of reference and make reports on the basis of the evidence received, unquote. So I only said that this is a matter which satisfies this public importance requirement, the public interest requirement. So it is within that context that I made reference to even international media taking interest in this matter. That is a matter of wide public importance and public interest.
do I understand you to say that you are not too sure whether a wrong has been committed? You are only asking for an investigation into the matter.
Well, Mr. Chairman, what I'm saying is that based on all the documentation we have seen and all the conflicting statements, contradictory accounts and all of that in the attempt to do damage control, I'm clear in my mind that there is sufficient grounds for investigating the 2017 Ghana Expatriate Business Awards, that there are so many things amiss that Parliament has to look into, and that is why I seconded the motion by Honorable Muntaka that there is basis for an investigation into the Ghana Expatriate Business Awards and related matters.
Oh. Exhibit OK 5. OK 5. You found it? Again, His Excellency Victor Gweho uses access in quotes. So at the top he says 100,000 access fee for fundraising purposes. Victor Gweho clarifies. Is that right?
Yes, please.
Then what you read out to us, if you go to page 2 of that document, the truth in the matter must come out. That's the second paragraph. Mr. Gweho told journalists at a press conference on Wednesday, 20th December, adding, the figures charged were for fundraising and sponsorship, but some of the companies have not even paid. You started your presentation relating to this document by saying that this is a very credible person who must be believed. So you believe what he's saying here?
Yes, please. I have no doubt to disbelieve what he has said. Indeed, his president, the Millennium Excellence Foundation, President Mr. Ashim Morton, when he addressed the press, I listened carefully. He said that even after the event, they were still following up on payments. They had some promises, and they were still following up to collect the proceeds from those who had pledged. So I have no doubt his chief executive confirms that particular statement.
So if you believe in that statement, it means it wasn't the Ministry of Trade and Industry that was collecting monies.
My understanding of that statement is that they carry out the fundraising in terms of reaching out to the company, contacting the companies. But when it comes to the payment, they don't collect. They direct them to the Ministry of Trade, room 308, the famous room 308, that if you want your payment to be well recognized and considered, then you must make sure, as the Deputy Minister's letter states, then you must go to Mr. Martin Ayanga, room 308, to effect your payment and be duly acknowledged.
I'm sure you'll give birth to a boy and name him Ayanga. Name him Ayanga. He likes the name so much. On exhibit OK 6, you are there. The president of the foundation says reference to president in the sponsorship package is in reference to him, not the president of the Republic of Ghana.
Yes, please, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I have seen that, and I remember that the day he said that, that became the biggest joke on social media. Everybody was asking if anybody will pay $100,000 to go and meet with President Ashim Morton.
So you are taking what he said for a joke. Is that what you are saying? That he was joking?
Yeah, to put it lightly, I think that he was attempting damage control because of the brouhaha, and it was poorly advised damage control. So I don't only take it as a joke, I also take it with a pinch of salt, and I think that we should all pardon the poor Ashim Morton, that he was under a lot of pressure, and this was how he also thought he could try to help salvage the situation. But I honestly do not, because, Mr. Chairman, on a more serious note, if you look at the 23rd October 2017, which has the attachment of the awards, the presidential table, everything here about president is clear. The second paragraph says, the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Akofu Addo, the government and the people of Ghana, who for the first time recognize and honor the titans of industry. It's very clear. The fourth paragraph, it says, your tremendous interest in President Akofu Addo's economic transformation agenda, especially the Ministry of Trade and Industry's 10-point industrial transformational program, particularly the One District, One Factory initiative, SME development programs, export development, and enhancing the business enabling environment, is deeply acknowledged. So it is very, very clear, Mr. Chairman, that reference to president, and even the advertorials that went out, I read it earlier, special guest, His Excellency Nana Addo Akofu Addo. And I personally heard the Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry on Joy FM, it must have been on the 20th of December, say that the program was postponed twice so that it could fit into the president's schedule, because it was dear to the heart of the president, of President Akofu Addo. This is what come all of a sudden, everywhere we see president is President Ashim Morton. Honestly, no wonder Ghanaians are not buying it. It was going into Christmas. It was one of the biggest jokes in town.
See, you said the president was invited as a special guest. So how do you reconcile this statement with an earlier statement that you said it was under the auspices of the president? Special guest means you have been invited to a program. Is that not the meaning?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I believe I was referencing the 17th December 2017 letter, the third paragraph, which said that upon the conception of the novel idea, the foundation informed the government through the presidency and further sought partnership with the Ministry of Trade. So it was within that context that I referred to the presidency. But I have always stated that President Akofu Addo was invited to the event. That is why I do not buy Mr. Ashim Morton's claim that he was the president who people were to pay and sit by, and that when in the last hour he noticed that President Akofu Addo was gate-crashing, he vacated his seat and allowed President
Let's be fair to people who are not here to answer accusations.
No, but it's a public
that he said the president was gate-crashing. Has he said that?
Okay, no, he didn't use the word. That's why I said he suggested. I mean, when you vacate your seat, it means that there were even no arrangements for the #1 gentleman, the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. I find it mind-boggling. I honestly can't believe that